All right.
Can you
So,
can you do
go
this,
ahead, Jim, take it away, man.
can you do this standing up?
With my shorts on?
Yeah.
Nice.
I give you props for wearing shorts. I don't even have pants on, so. All right, gentlemen.
All right, Drew, go ahead and kick it off with those staticky. I'll say it look pretty.
Okay. Welcome to our blab. Today we're going to talk about Google pay-per-click. And I'm joined here by Granison Shines, our Chief Marketing Officer, and Dustin Fickbaum, our Chief Operation Officer. I'm going to Disneyland, Disney World. My name is Andrew Hoagland. I'm the Chief Technical Officer here at Direct Business Marketing. And like I said, we're going to talk about Google pay-per-click. And I think the first thing we should talk about with Google pay-per-click is what is Google pay-per-click, and why should I care about it?
Well, to start off, I'm gonna punch Drew in the face because he gave away the secret sauce. What we're actually wanting to talk about today was how to get leads and sales tomorrow. And that actually is relevant to pay-per-click because that is one of the greatest ways to get leads and sales tomorrow. So let's go back.
I didn't want to keep it a secret. I wanted just to throw it out there.
All right.
No secrets.
Letting it all out. Yep. Letting it all hang out today.
Yeah, that's my favorite. One of my favorite movies is Sneakers. They talk about no secrets in that movie. I love that movie.
That is a great movie. Robert Redford, class act.
Yeah.
So pay-per-click. What is pay-per-click? Well, pay-per-click is in a nutshell is those tiny ads or not so tiny ads that you see all over the internet. And the most prominent pay-per-click service available to people is Google's pay-per-click. But certainly it exists in Facebook and it exists in Bing and Yahoo and all kinds of other platforms. The one we primarily gravitate to and the one we've seen the most success with and most businesses see success with is Google. So
why is that? Why would you say that's the most popular?
Well, it's got something to do with the fact that Google owns the internet, right? I mean, they bought it from Al Gore.
Yeah.
So Google, Google is the most widely used platform, the most widely used search engine. They probably, and I don't know this for a fact, but they probably have the best algorithms as well to show the correct ads. They're certainly the easiest to use, in part because they've been around the longest, so people are most accustomed to using them. But I think the fact that they own the market share when it comes to searching, and then the second most searched website is YouTube, and Google also owns that. I think paired with those two platforms, that is what makes Google's pay-per-click so powerful.
Yeah. And but Google's gone through some changes recently. I mean, their pay-per-click has gone through some pretty hefty changes in the recent past. Can you kind of go over what those changes are?
Well, the biggest change that they've done is they've gotten away from the ads that appear on the side of your searches. So if you search for widgets for sale by owner in Pensacola, Florida, you might have had ads at the top, 1 or 2 or 3 places of ads, and then you would have also had another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ads along the side, as many as 10 total ads at the top of the page, appearing above the search results and to the right of the search results generally. Well, what Google's found out, and they actually tested this exhaustively, was that the click-through ratio and the success ratio for those ads on the right side of the page was not worth continuing to show. So they've essentially eliminated all of the ads on the right side of the page.
Isn't that their, kind of what they pitched to the public, or, the people doing the ads? I mean, my personal opinion on that is they, wanted you to bid more money to get those top spots.
And,
I mean,
and that's fair.
You used to be able to bid, you know, if you looked at it from a, geographical or a real estate on the page scenario, the third ranked ad and the fourth ranked ad were approximately at the same eye line. Like the last ad in the middle and the first and second ad on the right were sometimes almost on the same eye level. They were, above the fold, so to speak, and, they were cheap ways to get above the fold. And my opinion is they just were tired of people not spending as much money, sitting in that 4, 5, 6 spot, closing deals and not upping their bid. So they got rid of it.
There's a lot of truth to be said about that, because we do have marketing campaigns that we run for clients that have the most success when they're in that 3.7 to 4.5, 4.8 position. Well, essentially now anything below 3 has pushed you to the bottom of the page. So yeah. I won't disagree with that at all. I think it was a money play, but that's not how Google is pitching it to the advertising world and the people that use their networks. They're telling us that the conversion rate for the sidebar ads didn't warrant having them there anymore.
Okay.
So long story short, what has happened is that all the sidebar ads are gone, and if you want to be at the top of page 1, you need to be in position 1, 2, or 3.
Is there a fourth ad every once in a while?
Well, actually, sometimes there's only one ad. Sometimes there are only 2 ads. Sometimes there are 3. I don't believe there's a fourth ad. If there is, I have not seen it, and I haven't heard it spoken about. So if you know otherwise, then certainly there is. But I've only seen the top 3, and I know that when I've spoken with our personal Google rep, he speaks about being in the top 3 on the top of page 1. So.
Okay. So that's kind of shifted how we bid and everything. But before we get into kind of some tips and tricks and things that you look for when you're doing the pay-per-click, I wanted to remind everybody watching that we have a virtual marketing consultation on our website. Go to our website, Direct Business Marketing, and check out our virtual marketing consultation. It's a great tool to kind of get you started. I'm pulling up the link right now so that I can put it in. Okay, thanks, Granison. Paste it into the chat box. The next thing I wanted to talk about and pick your brain on, Dustin, is what's the first thing that when you start developing a pay-per-click campaign, and we said, hey, you want to get leads and sales tomorrow. So if you want to get leads and sales tomorrow, what's really the first thing that you need to do in developing your pay-per-click campaign?
Well, the first thing that we do with most of our clients is we look at keywords. One of the things we want to figure out is there enough search volume to actually run a campaign? If you're the only guy in the world selling vanilla flavored unicorn shaped Pop-Tarts, nobody's searching for them on the internet, which means we're not going to use pay-per-click to sell them.
That actually sounds kind of good.
Well, I'll see if I can get you one.
All right.
Somebody has a hankering for vanilla flavored unicorn shaped Pop-Tarts. All right, so the first thing we do is we look at keywords. We look to see if there's actually enough search volume there that exists to run a pay-per-click ad.
Okay.
Keywords is by far the most important part of the process before you ever even decide to do it. But because we do this daily, that's something that we can really generally give you an answer to in a matter of a few hours, probably a few hours of research, depending on our time. So we look at keywords first, and then I don't know how far you want me to take this part of the conversation.
Well, with the keyword research, once you've done that initial keyword you research to identify, it sounds like you're asking the question, is pay-per-click right for your market? And so when you've done that initial, kind of identifying keywords that would be searched and they have the proper volume that warrants, going after these, or I should say, running a pay-per-click campaign. So you've done keyword research to say, yes, pay-per-click is right for this offer. Aren't there a lot more keywords to vet out? Just besides, is this a go, no go? So do you do like a deeper keyword research after just the initial go, no go?
Well, definitely. We first we look for that volume. Does the volume exist for around this topic, this product, this area, this service? But then beyond that, we look to see how many of these keywords are actually relevant to people that might be looking to buy, and then that tailors how we craft our ads as well, because you have some people who are going to be searching for information on a product, but you might be able to take those information searchers with the right ad and turn them to a buyer. And then you have other people who are searching for the product specifically to buy. So we're going to write ads and tailor that to people that are ready to buy as soon as they find the right link to click on. So yeah, there's a lot more work to be done with the keywords after initially just checking out whether the volume and the audience exists. Yeah.
And in our meetings, I've heard you talk about when we go over, clients that have a pay-per-click campaign that you're managing, you and your team. You talk about negative keywords. Talk a little bit about negative keywords and when you implement them and how powerful they are.
Sure. See if I can give you a good example. We have a campaign set up for some of our realtor clients that are trying to generate leads through our home value calculator, which is a pretty popular service that we have for realtors. But a lot of times somebody will be searching for home values, but then they'll couple in a word that doesn't help us, like house property values, tax property values. Well, somebody that uses the word tax is not looking for the service we're providing.
Yeah, they're not looking to sell their home. They're just looking for, pay their property taxes or what they'll have to pay.
Right. Exactly. So we would make a negative keyword that is tax, which essentially means that anytime somebody uses the word tax in their search with the keywords we're targeting, our ad is not going to show. So we're not going to waste money by showing an ad and then it gets clicked on by some knucklehead that doesn't know what he's doing. Because I will tell you, in running a pay-per-click campaign, there's an abundance of examples of people searched a keyword phrase, and when they searched that keyword phrase, they saw our ad and they clicked on it, but there's no rhyme or reason to why they would have searched for what they did and then click on our ads based on our ad copy. It just seems to happen far too often. So the negative keywords are important to not wasting money in pay-per-click.
Okay. So do you, in that initial keyword process, if we're looking through the steps that you go through to, get leads and sales tomorrow, you come up with the keyword set that you're going to use. Do you go through an extensive negative keyword research, or how do you figure out the negative keywords?
Well, there are some negative keywords that will come with the initial keyword research, but then a lot of negative keyword research comes from the day-to-day monitoring of pay-per-click, and that is something that maybe the general pay-per-click user doesn't understand, is that your campaign, in order to optimize and not waste money, needs to be you need to babysit it. You need to take care of it on a semi-regular basis, every couple days, once a week at the very least. So and every day if you have the time and the budget's large enough. But so that's how we manage the negative keywords. But a lot of the negative keyword stuff can be driven away by the ad that you write.
Okay. So you're saying that you come up with some negative keywords, but organically, as you're babysitting, the term you use, looking at the ad, looking at the keywords that are searched and who clicked on the ad, you're kind of looking through those searched phrases and saying, oh, this, I got to limit. I don't want any more people like that. I don't want any more people like that.
Right. Yeah, and that's really a great example of why Google's pay-per-click platform has been far more valuable than Yahoo or Bing or Facebook, because you can look at the mountain of data that they provide after your campaign is run for a week or 2 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever, and you can say, okay, this is what's going right and this is what's going wrong based on what Google's showing me. Google gives you a ton of data if you know how to analyze it and know how to look at it, to eliminate the waste and increase the profitability of your campaign. Yeah.
So we're talking about, just as a recap, we're talking about how to get leads and sales tomorrow. And, we think the best way to do that is through pay-per-click, specifically Google pay-per-click. So what's step number 2 in getting those leads and sales tomorrow? Step number 1 is keyword research to identify, if you should do pay-per-click and what keywords you want to identify that or go after. Then what's step number 2? What do you guys do next?
Well, one of the things that we do is we're going to search some of the keyword phrases we're targeting and see what other ads are out there. We want our ads to stand out from everybody else's. And if you're using pay-per-click to generate a car insurance quote and you go search for car insurance rates in Biloxi, Mississippi, you're probably going to see 3 ads or 4 ads at the top of the page or all over the page that are generally the same. They're all saying about the same thing. So we're going to write an ad that stands out from the crowd, so to speak. And then the other thing that is often lost in this process, and I'll give props to Andrew for this because he does a great job, Grandison as well, is that you need to have something of value. You need to have a great landing page and something of value to give away, so that when you actually identify the right keywords and write a great ad and somebody clicks on that ad, they're actually going to take action. They're not going to click on the ad and say, well, this is crap, I don't want to do this, I'm leaving, and I'm going to restart my search.
Yeah.
I'm going to click on another ad.
Yeah. So what I hear you saying is you're looking at what other people advertise and figuring out, to kind of say it succinctly, you're figuring out what the offer should be. What are we actually offering? And, to toot our own horn, I think one of the offers that we've come up with that works for a lot of service-based businesses that I think is awesome is our virtual consultation product. Granson, can you find the link to the actual product and put it in the chat bar? We've given you links to our virtual marketing consultation, so you can kind of take that and see kind of the concept and how it works, and go to our virtual consultation landing page. But when you look at the ads, if you're writing an ad that matches all the other competitors, you're just going to get lost in the crowd. So coming up with a unique offer makes the ad copywriting easier, I assume.
It makes it a lot easier. It has to improve the conversion rate simply because you're going to get more clicks than the other guys because you stand out from the crowd. Then you have a unique offer when they actually get to the landing page. There's a ton of value in doing this the right way, instead of just setting it up, because you can set up one of these campaigns and make it look like everybody else and target all the same keywords as everybody else and write the same ad as everybody else, and you probably still get a return on your pay-per-click advertising. Now, I don't know how great that return is going to be. It's going to be the same as everybody else's, probably, right?
Yeah.
Depending on your follow-up. But if your goal is to be like everybody else, then do it that way. But one of the things that I think we bring value to, and Grandison and Andrew, hats off to you guys for this, is that unique offer, the unique ads that are written and the targeting of the keywords, so that you stand out from the crowd and you generate leads that are interested in your product or service.
Yeah. So let's assume that you have a great offer that's unique. You're going to stand out from the crowd. Are there a couple little nuggets or tidbits that you can give us on, writing an ad that does well?
Well, I think number one, just stand out from the crowd. Don't make your ad look like anybody else's. And Google has all kinds of guidelines about how you can write an ad and how you cannot write an ad. One of the big secrets that isn't often known is that in the second line, the first line of your ad is a title, the second line is a description, the third line is a description. In the second line description, if you use punctuation at the end of that line, it will automatically move to the top line, which gives you a longer title. And that's been invaluable to us because.
Can you give us an example? I didn't quite follow what you were saying there.
Sure. Let's say the title of your ad is lowest car insurance rates. That's the title of your ad, and then the first line.
Okay.
That's the headline. Then the first line description is, we have the best rates in, and then you go to the second line of the description, the entire state of Arizona. All right. Well, if we change the first line description, say we have best rates in Arizona, period, and actually use a punctuation mark, now our title of our ad says lowest car insurance rates, best rates in Arizona, all on the title.
Okay.
So the description, the first line description, because we use punctuation at the end of the first line description, it moves up to the title.
Okay.
There's a great little tip for you.
So do you actually get more characters, or it just flows better?
It flows better. And if I remember correctly, Google actually places a hyphen between what you defined as the title of your ad and what you defined as the first line description.
Okay.
But it gets you a longer title, which obviously gets you more eyeballs and more potential clicks. The other thing that we do is we set up conversions so that we know our ads are going to convert when they convert. You can run pay-per-click without setting up conversions and just try to track your sales from your website or the leads you're getting on your website somehow back to pay-per-click. But we actually use the conversion codes that Google provides, because the real-time data goes to Google, or I shouldn't say real-time. The data goes to Google. It's a couple hour delay, and then Google actually uses that data to help you optimize your campaign.
So you use the conversion. You set up a conversion code with the ad campaign, and then, in our organization, you pass that on to my team, the nerd team, and we get that onto the landing page. That's what you're talking about,
yeah.
Conversion.
Yeah, that's a nerd job. I don't do that.
And so having that conversion code allows you to analyze what ads are actually converting the best, as opposed to getting the best click-through rate, I assume.
Right. Yeah, because we have this discussion with our clients regularly, but I don't care which ad gets the most clicks. I care which ad gets the most conversions. With some of our customers, our job is actually done once we've converted a click to a lead, right?
Right.
Or a click to a sale. Our job is done with some of our clients at that point.
Right.
So that is what we focus on, doing our job, which is a conversion, which is actually a lead or a sale. And if you're selling products with pay-per-click ads, the metrics they can show you are even better. They can show you that you're running a campaign for mattresses, and you've spent $200 and you've made $2,000, or you spent $200 and you lost $400.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so we went over keyword and ad copy, and just another reminder that one of the unique things that we use for drawing people in through our ads is our virtual consultation. So take a look at our website on our virtual consultation, or test it out using our website, using our virtual marketing consultation. So go to our directbusinessmarketing.com/VMC for virtual marketing consultation, and take a look at that. So let's move into kind of phase 3. So phase 1 we talked about in pay-per-click was keyword. Phase 2 was ad copy. What's kind of phase 3 for getting sales, leads and sales tomorrow through pay-per-click?
Well, I think we kind of covered it already a little bit. In phase 3, we talk about offers.
So where they go. So the keyword gets the ad to show, the ad gets them to click on it, and once they click on it, it's where are we? We're on the landing page.
Right. So this leads to kind of mistake number 1, maybe the biggest faux pas when you're doing a pay-per-click campaign, and that is the idea that that your land or your advertisements are leading somebody to click and go to your homepage. They go to your homepage, now they have to find out exactly what you want them to do in order to capture a lead. Now, if you're just trying to get your website homepage in front of other people, then I guess you can keep doing it that way. But generally speaking, you're trying to generate a lead or generate a sale. So you should be driving your traffic to the specific page that you want them to act on.
Yeah, the landing.
And I'll use the landing page. And I'll use the example. You know, I talked about a mattress campaign just a minute ago. Well, if I'm running an ad for a queen size mattress, then I should be sending my clients to a queen size mattress page, not the general mattress search page or the home page of my mattress company or the home page of my furniture store, right? I'm running an ad for a queen size mattress, then it should go to a queen size mattress page.
Right.
Okay, so step 1, we talked about keywords. Step 2, ads, and step 3, landing page. And with that landing page, we kind of already covered it a little bit, making sure you have a unique offer, something that's unique and of value to get to generate that lead, to convert, and absolutely positively don't send them to your homepage. You know, the only caveat to that is if your homepage, if you're selling one product, you know, like if I have an app and that's the only thing that I do, the app, then maybe I would send them to my homepage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But,
good point. Yeah.
But typically for a regular company that has, you know, maybe multiple services, multiple products, multiple angles, you know, the homepage, you know, isn't the page to send them to. You send them to a landing page. Now, once they're on the landing page and you know, we put in that conversion code. Talk about, I know you've had us adjust copy on the landing page to match better, or why do we adjust the copy on the landing page?
Sure. Well, and this is getting into maybe a little more technical aspects of Google pay-per-click, but I'll gladly address it. One of the things that Google looks at when they decide whether or not to show your ad, whether or not your keywords that you're targeting are relevant, is they look at something called the quality score. And the quality score that is just another Google algorithm. So one of the things they're looking at is okay, if I'm targeting this specific keyword, is that keyword relevant to the ad that I wrote, and is it relevant to the landing page and the copy on the landing page? So if I'm writing an ad for a queen size bed, then somewhere in my keywords should be targeting queen size beds. My ad has some relevance to queen size bed, and my landing page should also have some reference to queen size bed. That is in a perfect world, in a perfect pay-per-click world. That's how it should work.
So if you have that synergy, keyword, ad, landing page, and you end up with a good quality score, who cares? Why does that matter?
Well, that's part of the reason, part of the way that Google decides whether or not they want to show your ad. Because just like with organic search results, Google's pay-per-click system is going to try to show the most relevant ads for a searcher. You know, when you do an organic search on Google, they're trying to provide you with the most relevant results in organic searches. But they're doing the same thing with the pay-per-click advertising. They're going to try to provide you with the most relevant ads. So if your quality score is higher, then you, by nature, have a better chance of having your ad show up for any given search. And that's especially relevant when you're looking at high volume search phrases like houses in Texas.
Okay. So does the quality score affect anything else besides showing your ad or not showing your ad? I mean, does it affect money at all, your budget, anything like that?
You're going to have to ask Google that question. I would say it does affect your money. Lower quality score means you got to pay more to get to the top. I don't think Google would say that, but we'll just have to agree to disagree with that. They're a little bigger than I am, and their lawyers have a little more time than my lawyers. So my inkling is that yes, your higher quality score is going to save you money, but I don't believe Google would openly admit that's the case.
Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. That was a lot of good information, Dustin. I appreciate you sharing kind of the ins and outs of what you do to manage pay-per-click campaigns. Again, we were talking about how to get leads and sales tomorrow, and we think one of the very best ways is through pay-per-click. So I'll remind everybody that you can check out our website, directbusinessmarketing.com. I encourage you to do our virtual marketing consultation. So that's directbusinessmarketing.com/VMC for virtual marketing consultation. And subscribe to this blab channel. We do blabs on a regular basis. So thanks everybody for your time.
Cool. Thank you. See ya later.